Hi friends, I am super excited to show you what I made with a few Dollar Tree items. This is the Dollar Tree bamboo cutting board, and I'm painting it with Folk Art acrylic paint in the color linen, and oh, I love this color. This is going to be my new favorite right now, and it turned out so pretty. So first I'm just painting the top of this. And then I'm going to paint the crate that I also got at Dollar Tree the same color. And I should have done them at the same time. I wasn't really thinking this through. So here I'm using my heating tool and drying the board. And then I'm going to paint the two sides and the front of the crate next. I don't need to paint the back because I will be gluing it onto the board. And I need to make sure that's all dry, so I'm going to let it sit there and make sure while I paint this. Even getting in the little cracks there in front. Who loves these crates from Dollar Tree? I do. They are so cute, and I've seen so many projects using these. So I wasn't thinking again I could have just set it on its bottom and painted all three sides, but no, I made it harder than I had to. I have a way of doing that. So now I'm just getting the other side end, then the top edge. And again, using my heat tool and getting both and make sure they're both really dry. And now I'm going to put Mod Podge on the top, most of the board, but I don't need to go clear down to the bottom because that's where the crate is going to be anyway. But I want to make sure I've got a really good layer of Mod Podge and every area has some before I put my bunny print on. Then I'm going to dry it really well. Okay, now these prints will be in my Etsy shop, and the link will be down below where you can find them. And this bunny print, along with several others, are in my Etsy shop. So be sure and check that out because I've got some darling ones. And these measure 6 inches by 6 1/4, if I remember right. So they're perfect to go on these boards because these boards are just under 6 inches wide. So I'm getting it all level at the top, and then I'm getting my parchment paper and my little travel iron and ironing it on. And the iron reactivates that Mod Podge and makes the paper stick to it really good. I just kind of keep checking the corners and make sure it's adhered well. Now I'm just going to use my little gator sander and get the little excess off the sides and the rounded corners at top. I think it looks so cute on here. Okay, now I'm taking a little bit of my Adirondack white folk art paint and just getting very little on my brush and just kind of dry brushing it a little bit on. I just wanted just a dusting of white on top of that linen color. And just a tiny bit on the sides as well. So when I dip it in a tiny bit of paint, then I kind of dab it on my paper towel first and then put it on my wood. Using sander just to get a little bit off and so it's not so stark. Seeing right where I want it on my board. And then I'm going to use a little bit of E6000 just for that secure permanent adherence, and then my hot glue for instant sticky. I'm gluing that up at the very bottom of the board so it will stand up with the board. I have these little drawer handles. I got those on Amazon as well. So I'm using a tiny bit of E6000 and a little bit of hot glue. And I'm just going to glue that right in the center of my little crate. Oh, and I think that just looks so cute on there. And then I was just frustrated because I didn't have any styrofoam to put into my little crate. So I was thinking I would replace it later, but I won't because everything's kind of permanent. And so I used a Walmart shopping plastic bag, and you know what? It worked perfectly, so I'm happy with it. And then I'm using a big handful of Spanish moss, and I got this little carrot garland at the Dollar Tree, and I just need 3 of the carrots, and so I'm cutting them off the string, and I don't like the green ends on them, so I'm cutting those off as well. And I'm going to use some little excuse me, greenery that I got from Walmart. They have these really neat boxwood greenery picks, and so I get those and just pull off little pieces that I need, and I think they're so cute. So I'm just going to hot glue them onto each end of the carrot. And the plastic greenery, they melt with the hot glue, so you have to really hold it until the glue is almost dry. I need better scissors. Those big ones didn't really want to cut that tiny little piece out. Doesn't that greenery make those carrots look so much cuter than the greenery that Dollar Tree had on them? So I stick one in here, and then I realize I think I just want to put a little sign on first before I finish putting the carrots in. And these signs they're a package of 12, and I got them at Hobby Lobby on clearance for $1.74. So what is that? Little in between 10 and 15 cents each. So I was super happy with that. So I'm putting a little bit of the Adirondack white paint on the top. And I'll dry it real quick. And then I made these tiny little tags on my computer. And this one just says free carrots, and so I'm going to Mod Podge it onto this little sign. So just putting some right where the little tag will go. And I'm going to dry that as well. And then I'll iron it on. And I had previously turned my iron off, but I was hoping it was still hot enough to iron on the little tag, and it was. It worked out well, so I was happy about that. So before I iron it on, I'm putting a little distress ink around my sign, and then I'll really put it around my tag. And if you don't like that look, just don't do that part, but I really love the dark edges. So I'm getting them all, and I used my little corner rounder, and I'm using my parchment paper and my little iron, and we'll iron that on. And it just adheres there really, really nice. So now I'm going to stick that in with some glue to the right of my basket. Make sure it doesn't cover up my bunnies' heads or anything. Just kind of putting a little bit of glue where it leans up against the side of the crate. Then I'm going to put my other 2 carrots in. And I just put a big old dab of hot glue and stick it in there where I want it. And I'm super happy with this. I love that print. I just think it looks darling. And off camera, I actually put a little bit more twigs of the greenery in the Spanish moss. But that is it for this project. I'm really happy with it, and I hope it inspires you to make something similar. And please give me a like, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm fairly new at this and trying to build my following. And thank you so much for watching.